We're going to begin tonight with some breaking news in the battle over a Confederate display in Dallas. Just minutes ago, a federal judge issued a restraining order to prevent the removal of the Robert E. Lee statue from the Oak Lawn Park that bears the Confederate general's name. This all happened in the midst of the move. In fact, harnesses were already attached. A crane was in position to lift the statue onto a flatbed truck. The statue being moved temporarily to a Dallas airfield until a decision is made about its long-term future. So we have a live look now from Sky 4. This is over the scene there where, gosh, not that long ago, there were a whole lot of people standing around watching what was going on. All of this happened after a near unanimous vote by Dallas City Council members this morning to remove the statue immediately. So we want to go to Fox 4's Sean Rabb. Sean, you're there. You've been watching the developments really closely. Big change here in a short amount of time.
Yeah, it was a quick change, and you could see it on the faces of the people in the audience. Now, a couple of hundred people had gathered here today, Heather, and everyone was respectful throughout the day. But a little bit ago, about 15, 20 minutes ago, we heard a roar from part of the crowd reacting to the news that, for now anyway, the iconic statue not coming down. Let's take you to the videotape earlier. It was the Howell Crane Company that accepted the challenge of removing the Robert E. Lee statue from the park here, along with, of course, his Stallion Traveler. That crane, with counterweights, adding weight to the base of it, was going to lift the statue, which weighs 12,000 pounds, and move it some 140 feet, and then move it away, as you already mentioned, to a storage facility. And as you might imagine, for the people who gathered here today, been here most of the day, they had mixed emotions about what was happening.
We've got things like this that are peppered all throughout, you know, just American culture. So, I mean, it matters. Is it going to, you know, change everything and fix all the problems? No, but it definitely matters.
It's going to make any difference beyond the physical landscape?
No. It's going to make a lot of people mad and a lot of people happy, I guess.
And that's what's happening right now. A lot of people mad, a lot of people happy. After this TRO was granted by federal judge Sidney Fitzwater, it was, of course, filed by a man who is descendants of Confederate veterans. There's been a heavy police presence here all day. Police officers tell me the action that has taken place, this TRO preventing the monument from being moved tonight, will put pressure on the police department, because now they'll have to guard the statue, they tell me, around the clock, because now the certain are concerned that someone or something could happen to this iconic statue. So now that means police presence here tonight and really until the TRO plays out and a decision is made one way or another. That'll happen, of course, tomorrow afternoon. For now, hold your horses, Heather. No statues moving from Lee Park.
Indeed. Yeah, Sean, we saw the graffiti and those things happened just last month. Understand then the police presence. We want to move now to Fox 4's Lori Brown, also at Lee Park, with the vote by City Council to bring this monument down. Lori?
Heather, rather than 3 months, it only took 3 weeks for the tide to turn in favor of bringing this monument of Robert E. Lee down. And even before the vote, a crane was here ready to start the removal of the statue that was put up in 1936. Councilman Philip Kingston had first asked to put this matter on the agenda about a month ago. Then a woman was killed and 19 people were injured when a car slammed into people protesting white nationalists in Charlottesville, Virginia. 2 days later, the mayor stopped short of calling for an immediate removal of Dallas's Confederate monuments. Instead, he called for a task force to study the issue and report back. But 3 of the council's black members later called for an immediate removal of the statue of the Confederate general at Robert E. Lee Park, bringing us to today's vote. This morning, dozens of people spoke before the city council, and opinions were pretty evenly split among those wanting to remove the statue today, leave it, or wait for the task force.
We don't need to focus on statues, and we need to focus on where we're going as a nation. I served at Fort Bragg. I served at Fort Hood, both named after Confederate generals. But any soldier that you ask that walks on those bases, it is not about the person that it's named for. It's about the country that we serve.
They are the gauze veil over a pockmarked face of Southern history. And it is time that the ugly truth be acknowledged and that these monuments and the veil come down.
I am the great-great-grandson of Robert E. Lee. I'm here to tell you today that I'm prepared to buy that statue from the city. With a couple of conditions. The first one is...
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We'll talk at some point. Thank you.
There There is still a towering Confederate monument at Pioneer Park by the Convention Center. Mayor Pro Tem Dwayne Caraway said that one is under the authority of Cultural Affairs, so they could not even try to remove it today. The task force will still be researching options about what to do with the Robert E. Lee statue if and when a judge allows for its removal. Some of the options will be, as you heard, to sell it or to place it into a museum. The task force is expected to make its recommendations to the City Council November 1st, and if and when the statue is removed, the plan is to place it safely into storage. Heather.
Brown, live tonight, Robert E. Lee Park. Thank you. We want to take another live look from Sky 4 of the park and the monument in Oak Lawn. Again, a temporary restraining order, a TRO, as Sean said, has halted the removal of the statue. A hearing now scheduled for tomorrow afternoon. We're going to keep an eye on the situation. And as Sean said as well, hold your horses. We will bring you updates as warranted.